Yeah.
Hello. So this is arroz. Esto aquí, mami, esto arroz con gandules. Esto aquí, mami, esto aquí camarones con un picante de pimiento, limoncito. Estos no son boricuas, estos son snails que estaban allá atrás en el monte, en Nueva Jersey, algo por ahí. Y estos son empanadas, mami. Pero empanadas de jalapeño con quesito frito, mami.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a scrumptious penne. It's called jerk penne. I jerked the hell out of this penne for Thanksgiving and it was the bomb. I'm going to insert a clip somewhere in here in the video of my Thanksgiving penne. Honey, it was delicioso. Better than that was huepalicious, honey.
Ajá. A comer. Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papitas fritas. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica. Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papitas fritas. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica. Agua. Ajá. Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papitas fritas. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica. Eso. Dame la comida buena, chicharrones, papitas fritas. Dame un bistec de cerdo, frijoles negros, comida rica. Suéltame. Dame la comida buena.
So today I wanted to share the video with you of the jerk penne. It's very easy, and for Thanksgiving I marinated it, I want to say for 2 days. It's very simple. So this is the ingredients that I use for the Thanksgiving penne. Clean my penne already. So for the base of the penne, which is going to be the marinade, we're going to be using sofrito. So this is the basic sofrito. I just made a video on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it before this or after. I'm going to use a basic sofrito as our marinade, the base. To the basic sofrito, which is the basic marinade, should I say, which is going to be the sofrito. To that we're going to be adding this Jamaican style jerk seasoning. It can be any brand. Some thyme. If you have fresh thyme, by all means, fresh is always better. I'm going to use some adobo. You can use the regular adobo. This is the one that my mom started using, so I use as well. It's a low sodium, no salt. I said if you don't have that, just use a regular one. It's fine. Pepper to your liking. Turmeric. And you know turmeric is really good for you. If you have fresh turmeric, it's even better. We're going to use some oregano. We're going to add one envelope of sazon. This is a whole head of garlic that I already smashed. As I peeled them, I smashed them. I'm going to drop a piece of fresh ginger into my pot. I already cleaned my pernil with vinegar. Clean it again with a limon, okay? You don't have to do it, or you can use lemon juice too and just clean it with that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm first gonna make my marinade and I'm gonna set it aside. I'm gonna measure about a cup. I'm not gonna measure because I don't measure. I'm just gonna use the spoon. And use about a cup. What the hell, un poquito más. This is why it's good to have fresh sofrito on hand, because trust me, it gives such a big punch, like a big flavor, and you can use it for so many things. So, and this doesn't have to be in any particular order. I don't measure, but I'm gonna do it for this video. Give me a second. I don't measure, but I'm gonna try for you guys. And anyway, you can go tasting because the sofrito is just vegetables, so it doesn't matter. Okay, listen. Garlic is always like heavy on the garlic, no matter what it is. Let me take the tapa off because it only makes sense. All right, so 1 tablespoon of garlic. Let's do 2. 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna fill this up halfway because it's falling all over the place. A teaspoon of thyme. A teaspoon of oregano. And after like I put all this in there, I'm gonna taste it. I think it went over a little bit, but that's okay. And turmeric, a teaspoon as well. Make sure I don't go, oh. A half a teaspoon. Let's do a little more. That big one, honey, and another one. Okay. Then we'll sprinkle pepper to your liking. You guys already know from prior videos, I am not a big fan of pepper, but anyway, it's a big piece of meat. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of the jerk seasoning. Two and a half. It's okay, it's just seasoning. It's a big piece of meat. I'm gonna give it a little mix. There we have it. Okay, so now we're going to take the head of garlic that we smashed and we're going to put it in here. A little bit of the sofrito. You eyeball it. I forgot the spoon. And we're going to mix it. The garlic in there like that. Now you can use gloves. I hate gloves. My hands are probably going to get a little orange, but that's okay. Because the glove with the meat, I'm not feeling it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna stab the hell out of the pernil. The more holes, the better. Yeah, whatever.
Ella lo sabe. Luné.
Okay, so let's flip it and continue. Sure to remove your fingers though. You might want to make some of the slits a little bigger for the bigger pieces of garlic. Now I'm going to start off by just inserting the garlic into all the slits that I've made. So I'm going to start on the opposite side where the flap is. Then I'll cover and then I'll come back to this side. But you really don't have to do it in that order. It really doesn't matter. The extra marinade, when I made this for Thanksgiving, I seen that it actually gave it a lot of more flavor. So that's why I decided to do it this way again. And have a knife handy because sometimes you need to just make an extra big hole. And as you insert the garlic in there, you can always scoop some of that seasoning and stick it right into the pockets, okay? And if you need to use, if your pernil is bigger, you need to use bigger. If you need to use more garlic, you can. Instead of 1 head, you can use 2 heads. Doesn't matter. If you like a lot of garlic, go for 2 heads. Okay, so I inserted all of the garlic into the pernil. I'm just giving it a good squeeze with the lemon. And then I'm gonna just turn it around. I'm gonna lift the skin like this. I'm gonna take the other half of the lemon and I'm gonna squeeze it on there, like so. Of my marinade mix with the sofrito, the jerk. And I'm just gonna spread it on there. Now, if you like with your fingers, what you can do with all the little holes that you inserted into the pernil, you can just insert your fingers into there and just insert the sofrito into there. The more love you give this pork, this pernil, trust me, it's gonna give it to you in return. And normally I don't like to touch meat, but honey, when it comes to this pernil, we make love to it. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna continue. Okay, I'm gonna put it into this pot and I am going to refrigerate it in this pot, and I'm gonna cover it in that pot. All right, so you see that the pernil is already in here. To that, I'm gonna season it more. And I'm gonna add garlic. I'm gonna sprinkle garlic on top. If you don't wanna add the extra seasoning, you don't have to. A little bit more sofrito, adobo. And more of the jerk. Okay. Smells good. And we're gonna do the same to that side. And don't waste any of this. The more, the merrier, trust me. And this is just a vegetable, so you're good. And if you want to add a spicy pepper to this, a habanero pepper, or any kind of pepper, scapane is up to you. I'm not going to, because most likely the baby's going to be eating this, so I don't want it to be spicy. Guys, look at this. What? You see that? We're not gonna mess too much with the skin on the top because we're going to salt that so it can get nice and crispy. All right, guys, let me wash my hands. I'm going to add my ginger right before I put it in the oven. But I'm gonna take these lemons and I'm just gonna drop them in here. I'm gonna add some pink salt to the top. Any kind of salt will work. This is what I have. I want you to cover this and put it in the refrigerator. If you don't want to cover and you're gonna make it right now, then we'll move on to the next step. But for those of you who want to refrigerate this, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 days, put the foil over and just stick it in the nevera in the refrigerator. But look how beautiful, and it smells amazing. Okay, so I dabbed it with a servilleta with a napkin, and I sprinkled some pink salt. I'm gonna add more, and that's just to the skin. I took those lemons out that I put in there yesterday. Now we're gonna put in the oven for 3 hours at 350 degrees. All right, I'm gonna baste the pernil with the juices that it released in a delicious marinade. Then I'm going to take the juices out of it and actually remove the juices and put them in a bowl and just leave a little bit on the bottom. And then we're going to cook the pernil at 375 degrees for about maybe 2 hours, I want to say. We'll check together. Let me remove the juices. Now I just want you to salt the top. I'm going to be using the pink salt. So give it a good coating of salt on the skin. That way it can get nice and crispy. And you see I took most of the liquids out. That's all this, at the bottom of the pan. And here it goes. So I'm going to save it. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but I'm going to hold on to it because that is delicious. And so let's salt this and then put it back in the oven. I'm going to set my oven at 375, like I said, for maybe about 2 hours. We'll check it in about an hour and see how it's coming along. All right, guys, so this is the pernil after 2 hours. The top is really crispy, but here's still a little blandito, a little soft. So I'm going to cook it for another, an additional hour. It's hot. Hot. Okay, guys, see you in an hour. I wanted to also let you know that I did just baste the pernil when I turned the camera. So I just wanted to let you know in case you just want to pour more of the juices on top, being that we are going to cook it for an additional hour. Guys, this smells delicious. All right, guys, so I cooked my pernil for over 2.5 hours. After I had it in the oven uncovered. So do not cover it so your skin can get crispy. Also, I want you to remember that every oven is different. Another thing is that once you remove the pernil from the oven and allow it to start its cooling process, the skin will start to get crispy on you. Another thing, if you see that it's a little dark, the skin on the top, and you see right there, that seasoning, that's going to happen because in our jerk seasoning, remember, there's cinnamon, there's a little bit of a brown sugar, you have nutmeg. So those seasonings right there will tend to get a little dark. But this pernil was super delicious. You guys see, I took the hueso, the bone, I slid it right out. Also, because we seasoned the pernil and stuck seasoning in those pockets, look at all that seasoning throughout the entire pernil. This pernil is moist, full of flavor, super delicious, and different than our traditional pernil. Honey, it's jerk pernil. I wanted to show you, this is me shredding the pernil. And we actually ate this pernil as a sandwich. So with lettuce, tomatoes, and this was our dinner. I didn't wait 2 days, honey. I waited till the next day. Give this recipe a try. Let me know in comments how you like it.
I'm a superstar.
God bless. To the next video.
Shake your booty, Lulu. Shake your booty, Lulu. Go, Lulu, go, Lulu, go. Go, Lulu, go, Lulu, go. It's the baby Lulu. It's the baby Lulu. Go, Lulu, go, Lulu, go. Say bye-bye. Bye. 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 Mwah. Mwah.